Hi, Tiny Small Fry here again with another recipe for the PKP. Tonight we're actually going to do beef stew. Now I'll be honest, I haven't had the PKP out in a while. I bought it 12 months ago. I used it religiously for about 2 months and then put it back on the shelf again and never to be sort of brought out. And recently I kind of was tidying up the kitchen, opened the cupboard and went, oh yeah, there's the PKP. Maybe I should use that a bit more often. So last week I did a gammon in it and it came out really well. Actual fact, it ended up being pulled gammon, which I reduced the cooking time on it next time, which was really good. But this week I'm going to do a beef stew. Right, so we're back in PKP land. What we have is here, we have approximately 400 mils of red wine and water, 454 grams of frozen diced beef, defrosted, 3 carrots and a pepper sliced up, and a whole red onion sliced. Into the PKP we've put some olive oil. We're about to put it onto the stew function, brown the meat and onions, and then we'll add the carrots, peppers and everything else and bang the lid on and away we go. Alright, so I thought I was recording but I don't think I was. What we've done there is we poured in the red wine and the carrots and the peppers because it's all just finished up nicely. It was frying nicely, so we put all that in there now. So we're going to hit stop, which I believe is that there, and then we're going to put it on the meat function for 20 minutes after we put the lid on and set the valve to closed. Right, so meat function is that one at the bottom there, and what you do is you keep pushing that. Alright, you push the plus, sorry, until it says 20. Leave it to settle for a moment. There we go, and now it's going to build up pressure. When those circles stop doing their merry little dance, we'll probably hear a click and it will go into pressure cook mode. But as it's boring watching that, I'll switch you off for the moment. And there we go, we're now off and running. The 2 circles have stopped doing their little squiggly thing. So in 20 minutes time we should have the ability to check on it, and then we have to put it on for another 5 minutes I believe. We'll see how it is at the 20-minute stage. That was fun. I got covered in gravy there. It's the first time I've ever experienced gravy coming out of the top of the PKP. You can see it's quite nice. Looks alright. Sorry about my dodgy camera. So if you actually watched my other video about the sweet potato chips, that's what I'm serving this with, and broccoli, because most of the vegetables are in here. I suspect this is probably going to go on for another 5 minutes. Stick some cornflour in it and thicken it up a little bit, but it does actually smell quite nice, and only took 20 minutes as opposed to the usual sort of 40 minutes to an hour that it takes in the oven, or 3 to 6 hours it takes in the slow cooker. So makes a sudden decision to have a casserole viable for a midweek, which is cool. So we put it on for 7 minutes with cornflour. I took some of the gravy out with a ladle into a ramekin dish, mixed it with some about a spoon and a half of cornflour, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Normally, according to the PKP recipe, which I didn't religiously follow anyway, you chuck some mushrooms in when we had the break earlier. Unfortunately, one of my people doesn't like mushrooms, so we can go with that. Fatty bunch, aren't we? So I guess here we go again for the valve. Okay, got the top of the valve tool this time, a little bit out of focus here. There we go, lid off for the second time. It's a bit thicker and happier sauce. They suggested serving their stews with mash. Sometimes we do that, but to be honest with you, I had an overburden of sweet potatoes, so we've gone with sweet potato fries and broccoli to go with ours. So all that remains now is to plate it up. So there we go. Carrots lovely and tender. Peppers, well, they'll always be tender anyway, and the beef is actually just perfect, and very happy with that. But a treat. So that was my beef stew done in a red wine sauce, and basically a quick fix on the PKP recipe. Didn't follow it at all, to be honest. Just threw a load of veg, meat and everything. Just followed the timings in the recipe. Sorry about background noise, that's my dishwasher kicking in. Well, all that remains to say is bon appetit.